Good evening and thanks for watching Times News with me, Eric Nsekiti. First, the headlines. Ombudsman's institutional anarchy report faults former President Peter Mutharika for appointing Collins Magalasi as Mera Chief in 2017. Malawi Human Rights Commission condemns political violence in some parts of the country ahead of the March 30 by-elections. And in international news, residents of Dar es Salaam banned from holding any events or festivities whilst Tanzania mourns the late President John Magufuli. We have these plus many other stories. Please do stay with us. In our first story this evening, the Office of the Ombudsman has found former President Peter Mutharika in the wrong for appointing Collins Magalasi as Chief Executive Officer for Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority in 2017. In its report titled Institutional Anarchy, the office also faults the former Mera Board for endorsing recruitment of other officers at the Energy Regulatory Body. Ombudsman Mary Chizuma unveiled the report in Lilongwe on Friday. Among others, the report also says Mutharika hijacked Magalasi's appointment. Rebecca Chinjega has more in this report, read by Audrey Kabalamula.
The Ombudsman says Magalasi was appointed without the job being advertised to allow willing and eligible applicants to compete for the post of Chief Executive Officer, which is contrary to the provisions of the Energy Regulation Act. In a report, Ombudsman Martha Chizuma said the appointment of Magalasi by the State President is contrary to the Energy Regulation Act and it was a maladministration. Chizuma has also ordered Mera to declare Magalasi's recruitment a nullity and should not pay any end of contract benefits, and that if such payments were already made to him, they should be reclaimed.
But what we are saying is, we need to frown, we should not sanctify illegality. And that's why people who are responsible for that illegal decision, they have to be held personally liable. That is the only way we can bring sanity in this country.
A representative of Mera Board Chairperson, Phyllis Manguluti, says the new board members of Mera will look into the report and report back to the Office of the Ombudsman.
We have received the report from the Ombudsman, Honorable Ombudsman. Our board was instituted and we started operating in December 2020. And I'm sure from the report you can see that whatever was happening, we were not around. But this is the report that we've been expecting. And going forward, we'll go through it. There are determinations that have been made. We've also been requested to give feedback on certain different things. We are going to give feedback accordingly. And also, this will also help us to move forward with the review of policies that we were supposed to review so that we make Mera a better place to work in and a conducive environment for everyone. That's what I can say.
The Ombudsman received a complaint on September 9, 2020, alleging irregular, nepotistic, discriminatory and fraudulent recruitment of CEO of Mera and some other staff at the authority.
The Malawi Human Rights Commission has condemned the violence taking place in some parts of the country ahead of the March 30 by-elections. In a statement, the Commission says political violence has the potential of discouraging potential voters from taking part in the electoral process. Mande Pondani reports.
In a statement sent by Executive Director Habiba Osman, the Malawi Human Rights Commission notes with dismay the violence that erupted in Nsanje Central constituency between supporters of the Malawi Congress Party (MCP) and the Democratic Progressive Party (DPP) during the campaign trail. The Commission says violence should not be allowed to play a part in any electoral process, saying it has potential to derail the electoral process and also to disenfranchise some voters. As such, the MHRC calls for issue-based campaign and peaceful coexistence among political players, further calling on the police to be vigilant and address issues of violence before they get out of hand. In the statement, Osman also expresses concern with political parties' failure to adhere to the COVID-19 measures during campaign rallies. The MHRC says the continued conducting of rallies with large crowds without personal protective equipment stands the risk of escalating COVID-19 cases in the country through local transmissions. As such, the Commission has warned political parties and their agents not to put lives of Malawians at risk again after the ravaging second wave of the pandemic. The Malawi Electoral Commission (MEC) will conduct by-elections in 7 constituencies and 2 wards on March 30th, 2021, following deaths of representatives and court nullifications of elections in particular areas.
Malawi Electoral Commission Chairperson Chifundo Kachale says the Commission will not carry out the constituency demarcation exercise due to lack of funds. Kachale was speaking when he opened a train of trainers workshop for mixed staff area today in Lilongwe in readiness for the March 30, 2021 by-elections. Here's part of his speech.
As far as the budget that is expiring in June is concerned, government did make some funds available, and our program has been disrupted a little because we had to attend to the by-elections. So some of the activities that we should have started at the beginning of this month, we pushed them to the middle of April because we'd like to be able to conclude these by-elections, produce the reports and do the reviews before we embark on another big project. So come mid-April, we should be launching the by-elections process. But insofar as the budget subsequent to June is concerned, no funds have been provided yet. Engagements are being undertaken with government to see if those funds can be made available. But the truth of the matter is, if there are no resources, then obviously there's no way that MEC can undertake those activities.
Senior Resident Magistrate Helen Chitsanzo Kachala has referred the case involving MEC Commissioner Linda Kunje to the Chief Resident Magistrate Court. Kunje and her driver John Stewesa are being accused of obstructing President Lazarus Chakwera's convoy along the M3 road in December last year. The two appeared before the Senior Resident Magistrate Court in Zomba. But Senior Resident Magistrate Kajala referred the case to the Chief Resident Magistrate Court as she is taking up a new post as Acting Assistant Registrar of the High Court. Defense lawyer Christopher Masanje had earlier on asked for more time to prepare for the case, as he was just taking it from lawyer Chimumwegalua. State Prosecutor Lefson Mangani had objected to the application, arguing the request was only made to delay the case. But in her determination, Kachala adjourned the case to a later date to give enough time to the defense. Our reporter T.S. Munjeza caught up with the defense lawyer Christopher Masanje right after the case adjourned.
As I was arguing in court that an accused person is entitled to the right to a fair trial, I have a feeling that the court understood that position quite well and agreed with us that a fair trial would demand that the matter be adjourned to another day, because I've just been appointed and I had not familiarized myself with the facts of the case.
Former President Joyce Banda has commended Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari for his support in the election of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as Director General of the World Trade Organization. Okonjo-Iweala is the first woman to head the organization. Supporting advancement of gender equality, Sage Initiative has also commended Buhari and the people of Nigeria on Okonjo-Iweala's election. Thomas Kajere has the details.
Banda said this at the commemoration of World International Women's Day. Both President Buhari and Joyce Banda attended the event held virtually. Nigeria's Minister of Women's Affairs, Dame Pauline Tallen, organized the courtesy meeting on behalf of supporting advancement of gender equality, SAGE initiative. According to Tallen, the meeting was organized in quest to thank President Buhari for his work to advance women's representation in Nigeria and call for the president to support for a gender quota in the Nigerian parliament. Banda, who was invited to the meeting as a special guest, delivered her address calling upon relevant stakeholders to work on finding means that would provide fertile ground for women empowerment. Banda thanked the young people of Nigeria, men and women who fought gallantly through voice to achieve their goals. Currently, Nigeria is placed 185 out of 190 ranked countries in the world for its percentage of women in parliament. Banda said the ongoing constitutional review process provides a unique opportunity to improve women's political representation. The former Malawi president believes that leadership in Nigeria will see to it that the constitutional amendment proposal is passed at the national and state parliaments.
Minister of Labour Ken Kandodo has challenged the Institute for Chartered Accountants in Malawi, ICAM, to help the country achieve economic growth. The minister said this during an official opening of ICAM House in Blantyre. Kandodo said if professional bodies such as ICAM can hold hands with the government, the country can develop quickly. More in this report by Justin Nkweu.
Kandodo congratulated ICAM on the building project, which he described as an infrastructure development for the country. He then said that the economic success of a country relies on everyone, not the government alone. He then encouraged the institute to look beyond membership, but how it can help the country to grow economically and professionally.
They have the obligation to help this government, or Malawi government, to make sure that even the financial reporting within the government setup is done properly by people that are qualified. People that when they write reports, they are credible reports. And I told them that, look, government is at two levels. We have the central government level where you have ministries and departments, but we have the local government level where we have district councils, district commissioners, we have cities like Blantyre City Council, Dogo City Council. So we have about 35 councils in Malawi. And in all those councils, the billions of kwachas that go there by government every month to run operations at that level. Now, all those resources, they need to be properly looked after.
ICAM President Phyllis Kajingwe said the institute has taken on board the minister's remarks. She added that as part of helping itself and the country to develop, they are planning to start a limited company called ICAM Properties, which will be an extension to their building project.
There are phases 2 and 3 that need to be completed. And for that purpose, we are thinking of raising funds, and we looked at several options, and one of the options is to create that limited company, which will be like a properties company to look at the fundraising for the next phases.
Mandala Project Committee Chairperson Hilda Singo said the completion of the first phase of the building project means a lot to the institute.
This was a dream that was hatched more than 20 years ago, and to reach this stage today is a great achievement for the professional accountants body ICAM.
The first phase of the building project has cost ICAM 1.1 billion kwacha from membership contributions.
This is the news on Times Television, TTV. We'll be back with more news after this break.
To achieve great things in life, you must do little things every day, like the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. 1, wake up, wake up. 2, brush up, brush up. 3, smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate and give yourself a future to smile about. If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Define your surroundings with the color of your choice. Make it warm, creative, friendly, and vibrant. Coat textures, durable color options, with up to 1,200 color shades to choose from. Be it economy range or premium range paints, innovative paint and color technology in every drop. Available in Blantyre, Build Africa and Limbi Corner Mart Building, and in Nilongwe along M12 Road close to Gateway Mall. Tropical Paints, your world in color.
Welcome back, and still in the news, HIV/AIDS prevalence rate has remained at 10.6% in Mzuzu since 2020. Mzuzu City Council's HIV Committee Chairperson Evans Katsirizika Mwale confirmed the figures during a candlelight Memorial Day on Thursday. Sam Kalimira has the details.
According to Mwale, the day helps raise social conscience about HIV/AIDS, highlight the importance of HIV prevention, treatment, care, and support. However, Mwale said their committee has been affected in as far as awareness and sensitization campaigns are concerned due to the advent of COVID-19.
COVID-19 now has made it much worse in the sense that all the services and interventions that we used to have against HIV and AIDS have now all focused on the COVID-19. And yet the HIV is still spreading very fast. And we are getting so much worried as to the situation as it will come out to be because of this gap being created because of the COVID-19.
But Mzuzu Mayor, Councillor Brian Kundwani Nyasulu, said the council will soon start engaging vulnerable groups that are prone to HIV/AIDS as teenagers.
That is an economic issue. Girls, they go out there just for one reason. So we need to work with those groups as well, so that they are aware of the implication of what they are doing. And packaging messages as well and targeting that group is also another key area that the city is actually embarking on.
At the event, speakers stressed the need for collective efforts in fighting against both HIV and coronavirus. Globally, 35.4 million people have died from HIV/AIDS related illnesses, and in Malawi, over 1 million people have the virus.
Non-profit organization Creation Care Network on Friday carried out a sweeping exercise at Kajere Market in Blantyre. As Thomas Kajere reports, the exercise was conducted to complement the national clean-up campaign President Lazarus Chakwera launched last year.
Creation Care Network CCN chairperson Wilford Kamona says the move was part of their series of activities lined to be carried out in various parts of the country. He said the move complements the National Cleanup Initiative which President Lazarus Chakwera launched.
As a Creation Care Network in Malawi, we are contributing towards the campaign of making clean. So we came here to involve the public and the vendors here that they should make the market clean and ensure that the plastics are not there, because we are against the thin plastics production and marketing, and also ensuring that trees are planted all over Malawi.
CCN Ambassador Yamikani Chipazi commended the youth for taking a leading role in environmental management. He then urged other youth to emulate the example and clean their surroundings for the betterment of all.
I'm very happy seeing the young people participating in this clean-up exercise that has been organized by Creation Care Network. My happiness is being dragged from seeing these young people participating, because it's their law to participate in taking care of their environment. So when I see young people from different backgrounds participating in these initiatives, I'm always happy, because it's their law, so we have to do that.
Malawi rolled out the National Cleanup Initiative countrywide to curb littering and promote cleanliness and safe environment.
Southern Region Water Board has asked members of parliament to allow it borrow about 26 billion kwacha from the European Investment Bank for a water project in Liwonde. The board's acting chief executive officer Duncan Chimbamba said the loan will be used to upgrade the water system in Liwonde, which extends to Balaga. Matthews Kasanda has the details.
Chimbamba says the board is failing to meet water demand because the system is old and was designed to expire in 2015. He was speaking when the board engaged members of parliament in Nilongo on Thursday to lobby for their support for the bill.
No matter what we can do with the current system, we can't satisfy the current demand. This is why in this bill passed in parliament, so that we innovate, we maintain, we upgrade the systems, so that we meet the current demand. Once it's done, once the deal we have with this loan, we should be able to save the population of 150,000 people, and it will take us up to 2050.
Deputy Chairperson of the Budget and Finance Committee, Julius Mwase, said the committee is impressed with Southern Region Water Board plans.
As a committee, we are very impressed with the plans of Southern Region Water Board because we've seen that they've been struggling with.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change Chairperson Werani Chilenga also said they have welcomed the board's plans and they were excited to see a bill from the board.
Now that Southern Region Water Board has come up with such proposal, we are more than excited as members of parliament. Water is life. We represent people. We want people in our constituencies to have clean water.
According to Southern Region Water Board, the current system is failing to meet the demand of 35,000 people.
And that's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. Ombudsman's Institutional Anarchy report faults former President Peter Mutharika for appointing Collins Magalasi Mera Chief in 2017. Malawi Human Rights Commission condemns political violence in some parts of the country ahead of the March 30 by-elections. And in international news, residents of Dar es Salaam banned from holding any events or festivities whilst Tanzania mourns the late President John Magufuli. You've been with me, Eric Nsikiti. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember also to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Please stay safe. Due to a rain belt which is still oscillating over Malawi. In the Shire Valley, warm and partly cloudy with thunder showers over a few areas tonight and during morning. Cloudy with isolated thunder showers in the afternoon. Southern Highlands, localized rain and thunderstorms tonight and during morning. Cloudy with rain and thunderstorms over more areas during the afternoon. Lakeshore areas cloudy with locally heavy rain and thunderstorms tonight and during morning. Cloudy with thunderstorms during the afternoon. Northern areas expect localized rain and thunderstorms tonight and during morning. All central areas cloudy with localized rain and thunderstorms tonight and in the morning. It will be hot with scattered rain and thunderstorms during the afternoon. Forecast temperatures in Gabu minimum 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 36 degrees Celsius. Blantyre minimum 20 degrees Celsius and maximum 28 degrees Celsius. Lilongwe minimum 19 degrees Celsius and maximum 29 degrees Celsius. Osmangoji minimum 23 degrees Celsius and maximum 33 degrees Celsius. Nzuzu minimum 17 degrees Celsius and maximum 28 degrees Celsius. Winds generally easterly but gusty and strong in stormy areas. Forecast for Sunday, expect rains to continue over more areas. Times for sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. In Nzuzu, the sunrise at 12 minutes to 6 and set at 3 minutes to 6. In Nilongwe, the sunrise at 11 minutes to 6 and set at 1 minute to 6. Last year in Branda, the sunrise at 18 minutes to 6 and set at 4 minutes to 6. That was the weather forecast with me, Eric Nsigeti. Good evening.
Define your surroundings.